the rivalry feel different this year, just with the way that USC has played through the first couple weekends?
Well, it's definitely the best team they've had since I've been here. Top to bottom, they've got a lot of guys that can score the basketball, and they've got guys that have been there now. The last couple of years, they've kind of had it's kind of been a learning process for them, and I think they have good leadership this year with Julian Jacobs. They're kind of giving him the ball a lot more and letting him kind of run the show and get guys where they're supposed to be. And the guys are back. You know, they've had guys that have been there for 3 years now with this coach, and much deeper and much more experienced team than what we've seen.
Is it good for UCLA to have a competitive USC, or would you rather it be one-sided?
Yeah, you know, as a basketball player, you always want games to be competitive. You want to play the best teams that you possibly can, and you don't want to play cupcakes. I'm not saying that they were ever a cupcake, but you know, we like that they're getting better and that they're a lot better this year, and they've shown that. You know, they're 14-3. They've got some good wins under their belt. Obviously, with their win against Arizona, it's a big win, and yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a very cool atmosphere to play against them when they're playing as well as they are right now.
Congratulations on being the Pac-12 Player of the Week. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and how it feels?
Yeah, appreciate that. First one in my career. Pretty cool, obviously, to be honored that way in this league with the amount of great players we have in this league. It's a very tremendous honor, and very thankful for that. But it's more than just me. It wasn't just my effort that got us this week. Obviously, I had a better week than what I've had in the last couple weeks, and I shot the ball pretty well and played a little bit better. But this was a team win this week. We had a lot of good efforts from top to bottom, our entire team.
I think there's about a 15% difference in your shooting and wins versus losses. Is that something that you kind of track as the season's going on?
I don't know. I haven't really. That's the first I've heard of that. Obviously, you kind of know that. I think it's kind of obvious a little bit that I've shot better in the games that we've won. But that's my role. I got to be able to score the basketball for this team. I got to be able to make the right decisions and shoot a pretty high percentage. And when I do that, we're a lot more successful. So it's just something that I've had to learn, and I've had to try to tough it out and get through the times when I'm not shooting well, and try to find other ways to help my team.
Trojans in the house this week, so talk about that.
Yeah, big rivalry game. Big game just in general. I feel like they're playing really well this year. Guard play, to top to bottom, guards, bigs, wings, everyone. Coach Enfield put together a good team this year, and just excited to play them for tomorrow.
In what areas are they significantly different from last year?
Definitely, they added a kid, Boatwright, I think. He kind of could stretch it, put it on the floor. Pretty versatile, and then the guard play has stepped up. You know, McLaughlin, I think now he's healthy, because y'all know he was out second half of the season last year, and Jacobs is playing really well. So I think the guard play started. You know, they got a little better and a lot better, and yeah, that's kind of like the main difference from last year.
As Bryce says also, but in the years that you've been at UCLA, it's kind of been a one-sided rivalry until this year. Mm-hmm. Is it good for UCLA when USC is competitive?
Oh, definitely. You know, because it's not a kind of like a for sure win when other teams come in. You know, and you get the split. Now you got to play not only UCLA, now you got to play USC. So it makes it tough. It makes the league much more competitive.
I mean, it makes it tougher to come on the road.
Yeah,
to LA.
definitely.
With you being from LA, did you watch the rivalry a ton growing up at all?
Oh yeah, a ton. Especially when OJ Mayo. That's kind of like when I kind of started picking it up. OJ Mayo, that era, 2007, and Kevin Love and those guys. That's kind of like when I was watching it, because my brother was in the recruiting process. So I really looked into it. And, you know, it's always fun just playing in the atmosphere like that. Enjoy it.
You guys haven't lost to USC yet since you've been here. Is there kind of a special motivation to keep that slate clean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, first, you know, just coming in our house, you know, we got to protect home. And that's what I feel like. Just really keep the streak kind of going. You know, I know it's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be a dogfight, but just remain, continue to get a win and just continue to fight.
What gave you guys a little bit of difficulty early in the year, where they can go small, they want to go with a four-guard lineup? How much better do you think you are and the team is at defending that?
We're just better at preparing. The more games you play, the better you are at preparing. So it's a lot more game film out now. So we got better preparation tools for us to really get to know what they do and how they react to certain things. So whatever they run, I'm sure our coaches will have us prepared for it.
How different of a team do they look like compared to the last couple seasons?
They really are the same. They just making shots. They're shooting the same amount of shots. They have added great pieces, and they're making a lot of shots now. So it's big time. And the guard players really stepped up for them. They're playing really well. The bigs was always solid, but the guards are playing really well right now. Better to have them here than be playing over at their place? Oh, we're going to go play over their place. So we can play them at the park. It really don't matter as long as we play them somewhere. It's a fun game for us. It's going to be a lot of fun for us to play them. They're really good this year, and we're excited about it.
Does the buzz in the locker room feel a little different going to this one, just given that they've been playing a lot better recently?
Not really, because it's a Pac-12 game, and as you can see, any team can lose at any night in the Pac-12. So the buzz has to be exactly the same for every game. We got to be excited, have a lot of enthusiasm, and have a lot of fun. Because it's going to be a packed house. Our crowd has been great as of late, so we're really looking forward to our fans coming out, making a lot of noise, and it's going to be a good game for us.
How does this start to conference play compare to the other 3 seasons you've experienced? Do you feel like the team is playing more together, or is there any difference?
You just kind of get a feel for it. We pretty much know what's going on. We're a veteran team. You probably already talked to Bryce and Isaac. So they pretty much know what's going on. They might not look as good as me, but they do understand. We do understand what it's going to take to come out here and play in the Pac-12 and be ready to play games out, and every night come out and bring the toughness and enthusiasm. So our team is more equipped to it now, so I feel like it's just more experience.